But because we were missing that why factor, we kind of just went and did it anyways because we need to learn and we need to experience. But I feel like if there were certain things that they would have explained why and this is what happened and this that, like I think that could have prevented a lot of things that happened in my life. Because yeah, you hear your parents say don't do this, don't do that, but we're going to try it because we don't know why, we don't understand. And I feel like that was the missing link. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to do differently with like my kids. And I like that you were talking about the solutions and stuff like that, because I feel like that is what our generation is missing. And I feel like that's what the next generation is receiving. But we didn't get that. We just got don't do. You need to do this. You need to go to college. You need to do this. But we never got why.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Mhm.
So we are solution based.
Pretty much, that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to, because I feel like it took me a long time to get here. You know what I'm saying? 35 years old. I feel like it took me a long, long time to be like, okay, Beam, I ain't got it figured out, but I feel like I kind of sort of like can take strides and like, okay, like I know where I'm stepping now. You know what I'm saying? Before I feel like I was just a leaf in the wind just blowing. You know what I'm saying? And wherever it took me, it took me. You know what I'm saying? But now I feel like I got a goal, a mission, a purpose, or a focus, and I'm going there. And I'm like, I don't want it to take that long for somebody else watching behind me or something like that for them to figure out, okay, Beam, this is what the mission is, or this is what I need to focus on. So I'd rather have these out and then let them watch them and then be like, okay, Beam, if they want to take the grains of salt, they can take it. And if not, they can just learn the way we learn. But at least it'll be out there.
And that's something I always use that to describe myself as I'm a work in progress. Like just trials and just trying to see what works, what doesn't work. And to your point, show no emotions. To your point, I feel like our parents, man, it was mostly out of fear. It's like they didn't want to fail and they just knew one way and they were just afraid. And the way that they knew is the way they sort of tried to get us to go. And I feel like in our generation, we had the opportunity to, hey, we hear you, but I'm interested in this and that. And I want to go explore this and that. And if I fall and bump my head, then I'll learn from it and I'll do something else. And I think for them, just trying to protect us and just being, I mean, most of us, a lot of us here, our parents are not from America. They were foreigners and they had to migrate here. So a lot of it is just not understanding and not knowing and just being fearful. So I think for us, we got an advantage of being able to like just try new things and fail and learn and grow. And like your point, Cliff, we're 35 years old and most of us around 30, 35. We're work in progress. We're still learning and growing. So it's good.
One scripture I really like, it says we overcome by the blood of the lamb and by the word of our testimony. I don't really think we can help anybody if you're gonna come into a situation and not be honest. So one thing I enjoy about this podcast is everyone is trying their best not to cap, you know, as far as like saying what you can say without like, bruising the ego of your parents or bruising the ego of your friends. So I look forward to doing that. And then for the most part, I think all of us on here have known each other for 10 plus years. So we have seen each other come from like childhood to like really become adults. And we've seen each other's like biggest downfalls, and we've celebrated, births of babies and marriages and even deaths of parents. We have been through a great deal together. So I think this podcast is going to do great things for people who are trying to, figure out friendships in like being millennials and being genuine friendships, even if you can't see each other every day, and still being able to share how I've overcome something. Even if you don't choose my way, at least okay, there's another option outside of what I'm accustomed to. So I like that whole solution driven. I like the talking about the past. I like being able to help each other, because you never know where somebody is struggling. For the most part, I think it's probably two or three people on the podcast who are not, no, it's a little bit more, who aren't married. But even that, we're going to get like single perspectives. We're going to get married perspectives. We're going to be getting engaged people, or maybe soon to be engaged perspectives. So it's going to be a whole well-rounded podcast. So I look forward to that.
I think that's a great segue to introductions.
Indeed. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with, of course, show no emotions. Go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do, where you from, life things, and you know what I'm saying. Like, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Are we using real names?
I mean, you could do show. I mean, depending on how you want to, like, you don't want people to find out
Oh,
your background and stuff like that. You could just stay with show no
You'll
emotion.
never find her on social media.
okay. Ooh, why I gotta go first? I don't know what to say. Okay. I'm
Because you were standing to
Shirley.
you to my right, bro.
I'm Shirley. I'm 35 years old, longtime educator. I'm actually enjoying my season of the soft life right now because I feel like I've worked in a very stressful situations for a long period of time. I've been working since I was 15 years old, so I'm enjoying this little break that I have. Although I am going to transition to a new position, at least it's a. I feel like the higher you. Oh, let me stick to my introduction. Sorry. So,
Go ahead, bro. Get
You
into it,
can
bro.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead, do what you
Shirley.
do.
Okay.
no, I was just gonna say I feel like the higher you move up, mentally it's more stressful, but the work is a little more. I don't know how to explain it. I don't work as hard. It's just more thought behind the work, if that
Yeah, I
makes
agree.
sense. Okay, so I'm enjoying my season that I'm in right now. I feel like I'm in a transitional year at 35 years old. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about my friendships, my marriage, a lot about my career and where I want to be and what I want to do. I am very excited about this new transition that I'm having in life right now. And what else can I say? I am married to the lovely Cladarius Lovall. We have two beautiful sons together. And yeah, I guess that's my introduction.
All right. So we're gonna pass the baton on to it's Cassandra. That's your real
That's
act?
my real Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
There
I
you
got tired when I would say my name. People were like Christina or something about it. See, I said no. Oh, I'm like no. Oh, it's Cassandra. It's
go. It's
Cassandra. They're
Cassandra.
like, oh, I was like,
I
that's
like
gonna be
that.
my new Instagram name.
I like that.
So yeah, I'm Cassandra. I am 35, gonna be 36 in less than 60 days. I am a wife to Mr. Rodlin Georges. I am a mother to 4 babies. Well, technically you're babies, but you get my point. And right now I work for the federal government. Don't really have much to say about that. And I just started my trucking company, Like a River Logistics.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my intro.
All right. Going at France 950.
All right, France V954, man.
Oh,
You
my
got to get
bad. I
it
missed the
right.
V.
You gotta
I
add
missed the
the
V.
beat.
I missed the
All
V.
good. All right, so I am France, born in Brooklyn, New York, but I'm truly from Lauderhill, Florida. Born in '86, so I'm 35 years old. Only child from my mother, so it's really just been her and myself ever since I can remember.
Hold
I
on.
am. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so
You got to
sorry.
be the one to interject.
No, because
If
you said
everybody else got
no,
their whole
no,
thing, you
because
feel
you
me? And you
said
got to step in.
he was born in 86, but he's
Yep.
35.
Damn, I'm not 35.
You're
You're
36.
36, bro. You turned 36 in
Listen,
May,
you
nigga.
start. Hey, listen, you lose like when I got. You're right. You got me. I'm 36.
You haven't been 35 for almost a whole season.
Bro, you was about to be 35 2 times, bro.
Damn, listen, man, you lose track, man. You stop counting. All right. Well, anyways, thank you for. We're gonna do this over though, right?
No,
Yeah.
Nah, this
no,
is
this
straight
is
through,
the
dude.
intro.
Straight through.
No, I hope
Straight
so.
through.
All right, straight through. I'm talking about when we got the whole larger group, but okay, I got you. So yeah, only child from my mother's has really been just her and myself for as long as I can remember. Married, father of 2, got a boy, he's turning 4 soon, and a little girl turning 6 months. What else? I'm a marketing director for one of the top automotive companies in America. For myself, I'm really just trying to challenge myself, man, to get uncomfortable. For me, I feel like I've been in the position I've been in for a while. I feel like I'm ambitious. There's other things I like to do, but sometimes I get a little fearful or scared to put my toe in the water and to dive in and just believe and trust in myself. So I feel like that's a big goal of mine in the next year or so, is to figure out how to do something different, because I certainly want to do that, and not just in the workplace. I'm also talking about in the personal space. I know you talked about therapy. That's something I've been thinking about doing, but I've been skeptical. For me, it's like I can't sit there and go talk to somebody who they're not from where I'm from. They're never gonna understand. They're not the same skin color as mine. Can I be true and honest with them? Are they gonna know what it's like being from shallow side or deep side? They're gonna know the kind of things I struggle with, or they're just gonna be, I'm just faking the funk and just sharing with them what I want them to hear. So I'm a little skeptical on that. So I think this is a good entry into that space for me, being able to connect with you all who know me and have gone through therapy and have gone through some kind of spiritual awakening that can sort of help me sort of talk through it. So I'm looking forward to this too.
All right.
Very good.
All right. Last but not least, I guess it's me. Oh, and the therapy thing, I got somebody for you, bro. He's Haitian. You feel me? He's from New York. You know what I'm saying? He grew up just like how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? His mom was hovering over just like my mom hovered. You know what I'm saying? So I got something for you.
They
I
got
got
a
some.
name for that cliff. It's called a helicopter bomb.
Oh well, I don't know. I call it a Haitian
Yeah,
mom, but you know what
helicopter
I'm
bomb.
saying. But yeah, I'm Cladarius Leval. I'm 35 years old. I'm a front end developer. Just got a new position about 3-4 months ago. So I'm trying to move up in that space. I'm trying to my ultimate goal is to work at like one of the big FANG companies like a Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, one of those companies. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be my push professionally. Um, I'm a father of two little boys, married to show no emotions, of course, and I'm just trying to push forward, bro. I feel like the last year of my life, well, from 30, I felt like I started feeling some kind of change. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this last year is when I like, okay, just took the whole leap, did the therapy, did all that stuff. And I feel like because I did that stuff, my life projected forward somewhat. So I'm like, okay, what more can I do to keep this moving? Because my ultimate goal is to have my kids set, me be set, and then retire earlier than what the numbers say, and then have all that stuff set up to where everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to have no stress, no struggles, nothing like that. I want to be able to live life and then live it by my terms and my means and push forward and do things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal, is to try to get all the blocks that I have on me mentally or physically or whatever they are, and then get those out the way so I can just keep on pushing forward. So, on that note, we're gonna go to our first question, and we're only gonna do one question. Well, we're gonna do one question and like a follow-up question, and after that, even we just log off because we don't need to do too much today, you know. So this is the first question. It's scrolling on the bottom. Let me know if y'all see it.
What are your core values / non-negotiables?
What are your core values / non-negotiable? And for this question, is general. You can make it about relationships. You can make it with friends. You can make it with just coworkers or whatever. But what's your core values, or what's your non-negotiables? Non-negotiables, I feel like, is more relationship stuff. But core values, I feel like that can translate to both. So go. I'm gonna start with it's Cassandra.
I should have known. Um, so my core values, I think the ones I'm gonna list are in general. Um, so it's basically about the things that matter the most to you, right? Or what your foundation. So obviously, I didn't mention it in my intro, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna hear it when I talk a lot. My base foundation is Jesus over everything, all day, all night. I am a believer. That's how I'm raising my kids. That's the forefront of my marriage. I do struggle. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I do struggle, and starting to realize that every believer struggles. It's not just somebody who's not a believer doesn't struggle. Everybody struggles. It's something that I'm coming into more of an understanding of. So that's my core value. Well, number one, core value. Number two, I would say just to be transparent. I hate that hiding that a lot of people do, whether it's to be secretive or whether it's they feel like people are not entitled to something, but you feel like you're entitled to my life, but I'm not entitled to yours. So I don't like hiding. I like transparency. And if you can't be transparent, I just don't think our relationship, whether it be friendship or yes, friendship, no matter what kind of relationship it is, it's not going to work without transparency. And I would say the last one is always be a student. You know, a core value, I always believe always being a student, because if you feel like you have everything, I feel like the only person who's ever walked this earth and had everything all together was Jesus. And even in him having everything together, he still had to die for a purpose. So we should always be, you know, open to learning. So yeah.
All right, all right. All right. So we're gonna go to at France V954 next.
All right. I'm not sure how to I just put a word on it, but for me it's like a family responsibility or duty. I feel like for me, my foundation is set in my family and ensuring that they're good, that they're okay. I feel a sense of responsibility that, they took care of me when I was younger, provided, mentored, taught. And I feel like it's full circle. Life is full circle, and that I sort of owe it to them to sort of do the same things that they did for me. So I feel like that's my driving force. That's my sort of my value is anything that I can do to make their lives easier. I'm afforded opportunities that they weren't. I'm able to do things that they can't, whether it's my mother, my wife, whether it's my kids. I feel like for me, that's my driving force. What makes me get up every day. I go to sleep every night, and it just making sure that they are good. So sometimes it's a negative thing that, to be honest with you, because sometimes I feel like that is it holds me back in a sense. But at the same time, I feel like that's what gives me my strength and my power too. So there's pros and cons, but I know that's true to me is I'll do anything for them, and they use it to their advantage at times. But I know, like when I look at core values and I try to define that word and that whatever that is, it always comes back to that for me is family. So that's mine.
All right, I think that's a good one. Definitely,
Mhm.
I feel like that's could be a lot of people's core values, or at least one of them. Show no emotions. What's yours or a few of yours if you have?
Um, I would say I kind of agree with it's Cassandra with the honesty. That's very like big for me. And just the I feel like honesty and support to me is very important. I feel like I try to be very supportive to everyone that I come across, whether because I want to see everybody win. So I feel like it's important for me to have or surround myself with people that would also support me as well, because I just feel like everybody needs a cheerleader, a motivator, everything like that. So support is very big for me. And the honesty and just being your true authentic self is very important to me. I don't have time to like figure out who you are, how you feel. Like just be your true authentic self, and moving with intention. I think everybody should have like goals and set a purpose in life. Like if I feel like you have no goals or no purpose, then like I don't know, that's really important to me, that I feel like we all should be like working towards a specific goal and know our purpose, or even try to learn our purpose. And then the support, honesty, and being the true authentic self. Like those are my core values.
I like it. I like it.
I love it, but I'm gonna just put an asterisk there. That is something I definitely struggle with, and I feel like one of these episodes we got to talk about being your true, authentic self. Because at the same time, when I talk about
I could
family,
definitely make an episode.
for
about
me,
that.
I feel like even to this age that I am right now, I still feel like I don't know who I am because I'm always moving for them, like what they
Yeah, you
need.
got to straddle the line with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I get
and
it. I
the
get it.
path that they set for me is like I try to make them happy. I try to go down that path, and at the same time, it's like, what about my path? It's like, I don't really know what I want, so I love that.
Yeah,
I
that's part of the
will
reason of
say,
this pod.
I will say, France, when you do take that leap of faith and you go into therapy, that's one of the first things you learn in therapy. You got to deal with who you are, right?
Yeah.
Because our
And make you
generation
focus on who you are.
focus on who you are, because our generation, especially, well, all of us on here, all of our parents are immigrants, right? Mine's Jamaican, all y'all are Haitian, but we've always been taught, and it's just like a center. And I noticed one thing that you said. The first thing you said is your mom, then you said your wife,
then your wife. I noticed that too,
yeah.
Cassandra.
But I know that when you do go to therapy, they're gonna deal with that. It's no disrespect to your mom, nothing, because we all dealt. I think Cliff dealt with it, Shirley dealt with it, Anna.
Damn
I
sure
dealt with it.
did.
Sometimes we put them on a pedestal because of the sacrifices that they have made for us. It's not saying that we're not appreciative, but we do got to realize that a lot of the stuff they did, they were supposed to do because they chose to be a parent. So it's
Exactly.
not that you're required to pay them back, but you do what you can. It's just when you go through therapy, you'll see. You'll start to realize that Tina gonna come
Yeah.
right here, right above her. But
She has to be though. You know what I'm saying? She has to be.
They
I
can't be
really,
1A,
I
1B.
really,
Like
really hope.
somebody got to be at the top.
It has to be you.
Kinda.
Your wife got to come. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
Put it this way. Put it this way. Your wife left. If we were in traditional sense,
Whole
your
picture.
wife left her family to come under your covering. You know what I'm saying? So now that has to be your primary family. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and stuff like that can't be your primary is you, your two kids, and your wife, bro. And then everybody outside of your house
It's secondary.
is secondary. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
So she has to come first before your mom, bro.
I like how
Even
you
though
said
you love
she
you.
left. Yeah, I like how you said like she left her family to come under you. That's like that's a big thing for a woman. Like I don't know if y'all men realize that we have to relinquish a lot of control and trust because we are leaving everything we know to go and build this life with this man that is supposed to be our protector, provider, everything. So when you do that and you're in this realm and that person is putting someone else above you, ain't nothing gonna work.
That's how women are in marriages, and you feel so lonely. And people are like, how could you be lonely? You got the house, you got the car, you got the job, you got the man, you got the kids. And it's like, but the man don't see me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you, France, but still,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They don't see me. So I hope this podcast really hit on stuff like that, because you ain't the only one, France.
That touches on, I mean, I ain't gonna say, but that kind of touches on the next point or the next question. So I'm gonna stop this one. And Beam, do your relationships reflect your core values and standards? You said, France, your core value is family. Family is what's in your house now. So does your relationship or do your relationships reflect your core values if you're still thinking about it that kind of way? If you're focusing more primarily on your I want to say primarily on mom first and then wife, and you know what I'm saying.
So what you guys got me thinking is about the whole hierarchy, the way you guys put it, and you guys sort of did the whole wife and then mom. So for me, my counter was they can't be 1A, 1B. Because for me, if my mom needs something, I'm gonna get up and run. But my wife needs something, I'm gonna get up and run. Like I feel like they're my family. Like there isn't for me, it's not a hierarchy. I feel like I'm gonna take care of them both the same way. So
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I was like, do they reflect my core values and standards? Right now, I would answer yes, because family is family and my wife is my family. So that's how I felt about it.
All right, show no emotion. You said you don't agree with it. Why you don't agree with it?
because this is life, right? There's going to be a time. What you said, if your mom calls, you're going to get up and run. If your wife calls, you'll get up and run. Or if they need something, what if they call at the exact same time and they both need the exact same thing?
Who get help first?
Truthfully,
it would be my wife.
Okay.
My wife called me. I don't ignore her phone calls. Mom called me. Sometimes she's gonna get ignored for a day or two because I know you need something. I can't get back to you. I'm busy. But I gotta make sure my wife and 2 kids straight. Okay, Mom, I'll see you in 2 days. Like,
so then that's your hierarchy. So your wife.
So your hierarchy, regardless, you know what I'm saying? It's a, you know what I'm saying? It's a tier. People only use 1A and 1B because, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to differentiate, you know what I'm saying? But there's a 1 and a 2, you know what I'm saying? It's
always, and there's always gonna be. Always gonna be.
And then just the important part for any man is just to make sure that your wife knows and feels that she's the number one. Because you can say she's number one, you can, and you and your perspective are putting her first, but for some reason she's not feeling that or seeing that. And relationships require work regardless. So you have to make sure that she understands and feels that she's always number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I learned is,
what do you say, Franz?
We need to have an episode on that too, man.
Oh no, we're gonna have all these shits, bro. We're gonna have all
women.
All right, so let me go back to my things. Okay, what are your core values and non-negotiables? I think mine, if I'm gonna double back on that original conversation, mine is the first one is for me is loyalty. I feel like I think I've had like all my friends. Well, I don't even have too many friends. You know, I got maybe 3 or 4 friends, but I've had them for more than 10 years plus. You know what I'm saying? The least friend is probably 10 years. So to me, like, I don't just have friends and just kiki and play with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have people that I trust, and they're gonna tell me real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can tell them real stuff. I can cry in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, I feel like you have to have some kind of sense of some loyalty. There's no backstabbing. There's no like you understand like code and you feel me, and principles and stuff like that. I think a second one for me is family. Agree with you, Franz. Franz V. I don't know how I'm gonna call people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna use their name, but you know what I'm saying. But we're gonna work it out. I agree with family. I think I put my wife and kids first, and then my mom and my dad, you feel me, afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Secondary.
Santa Claus come after your mom?
Yeah, you know, we ain't had the greatest relationship, you feel me? So, you know, you gotta, if it's a tier list, like Franz say, you feel me, it'll be a 2A and a 2B, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like that. We ain't had the best relationship, but we working on it. And I think my last one would be, what is it? Loyalty, family, and trust. Trust will be my last one. Like I feel like I have to be able to trust the people that I'm around to know that they're not gonna screw me over and then mess up, you feel me, and then like backstab me or something like that. And I feel like all my core values tie into one thing because loyalty, family, trust, I feel like even though I have friends, my friends are my family, and then I trust my family. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like every core value I have is just one, and then it's all one. So, do your relationship reflect your core values? Now I'm gonna double back. Franz answered. I'm gonna go to show no emotions. Do your relationships reflect your core values and standards?
I think so. I think my friends, again, I've had my friends for over 10, 15 years, same friends. One of my closest friends we've been friends since kindergarten. She was actually my very first friend I ever met at 5 years old. So like, and a lot of my friends are very similar to me as far as being their authentic selves and being truthful and honest. I feel like with my core group of friends, I can truly be myself. I feel like they check me when I need to be checked. I feel like they definitely support me. And same with my marriage. Child, Cliff check me every day. So
changes need to be made.
So Yeah, he keeps, I mean, I like people that hold me accountable, and I'm not the easiest person to deal with because I have a very strong personality, so I need people that are like stronger than that. And I feel like my friends and my relationships and my family is they've it's the same. So I do think my core values are reflected in my relationships. And I feel like once you have your core values, you gravitate towards those people. So naturally it's going to reflect in the relationships that you have, because that's what you're seeking when you're looking for friendships and relationships, because that's what's important to you. Your values is what's important to you.
Yeah.
So that's what you're seeking. So naturally the people that are around you are going to resemble that. And if they don't, then you need to change your circle.
Yeah.
So have you ever had someone in your circle or something like that to where it didn't reflect your core values or your
Mhm.
standards? And
Yes.
then how did they, I guess, I don't want to say infiltrate, but how did they get into the circle? And then, so how did they get into the circle, first off? And then, second off, are they still in, or are they still around or
Around.
helping? Is it, you know
So
what I'm saying?
I think as we get older, we kind of have like our set groups of friends and relationships and everything established. We do meet new people and new people can be introduced, but I think as we get older, we put that filter up front. And I think when we were younger, like for instance, college days, that's when you're trying to figure out what your values are. You're trying to figure out what friendships. So I would say that was the era or the time where people that didn't match my core values, I did indulge in and I was around them, but you feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable because you can't be your true self around people that don't match your mentality or your mindset. So eventually you're going to grow apart, or like me, I'm the type of person that just say, I can't fuck with you no more because XYZ. Like that's just who I am. So I feel like naturally when you're younger, because you're learning yourself and you're learning what you value in life, you're going to run across people that you see or know, and you try to have relationships with them, but it doesn't work out. And I think that's a part of the learning experience. I think at this age, I can filter it very quickly just by a simple conversation. Like for me, there's certain conversations I have with people just to see if they match me mentally or my mindset. So I think it's easier now that I'm older. And to be honest, I feel like when I'm at this age, I'm kind of like, it's not like not a no new friend thing, because I'm really into like networking and meeting new people. But it's like I kind of already know like my core group. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you said at this age you can kind of filter who or like how, like what a person. So my question is, what questions do you ask to filter those, you know what I'm saying, those kind of, if you have a person that maybe you don't necessarily know if they reflect your core values or anything like that, what kind of questions do you ask them to be like, okay, beam, I can rock with this person, I can fuck with this person? Like what kind of questions you can, because I feel like that would be a solution, you know what I'm saying? Like what questions do you ask to be like, okay, me, nah, I don't really fuck with cuz like that, bro.
Um, So I would say one of the I don't necessarily ask it like what are your goals, but I think that that's what something that I look at. Like, is this person just sitting here complaining about where they are in life, or are they making moves to be better person? So I guess not necessarily an exact question, but within a conversation, I can tell like, okay, you get what I mean? Like I can tell if that person is ambitious or are they just stagnant and complacent, like certain things like that. So I look for things like that, like because I need people because that's how I am. I'm a go-getter. So I want people that have that similar mentality to motivate me and to like speak life into me. Like those are the people I want to surround myself with. So if I'm having a conversation with you and all you're doing is complaining about something or you're negative, then I'm like, no, I can't rock with that
So it
because
would
I don't want
be,
that negativity around me.
so it'll be like how that person, I guess, how that person moves, how that
Yeah.
person, you know what I'm saying? If that person is just okay, being la la la, lackadaisical type stuff, you'll be like, okay, being like, I don't know if I could really mess with this person.
Yeah. And it's just like I feel like you can tell off of just a conversation.
If it's gonna
But I
work.
just
But
don't
that's what I'm
know
saying. Can you
if
tell off comes? I agree. You probably can tell off a conversation. But what are the how can you tell? What are the questions?
think
What, you know
for
what I'm saying?
me,
Or what's the signs or what's the significance?
I think for me, the biggest thing is like, is this person negative and are they a complainer? Are they sitting here talking about everybody? Are they sitting here? You know what I mean? Like for me, like those are the things. And then another thing is if you lie, and if I catch you in a lie, it's a wrap. There's no point of lying at this age. Why are we lying? You know what I mean?
That is true.
So like,
You are who you are at this age, bro. You feel me? Like,
yeah. And then I also feel like,
accept me how I am.
yeah, like, and it's really important for me to have people that can check me in my life too. So like, I don't know. I don't like people that are pushovers, but I just feel like you can tell. I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm explaining it right though.
All right. It's Cassandra. First, I want to ask you: do your relationships reflect your core values and standards?
For the most part, they do. I was talking to somebody recently, and they were like, "Oh, you have a lot of friends, Cassandra." And I had to think back, and I'm like, "No, I have a lot of people who consider me a friend, but I consider you an associate.
Yeah,
I am
what's the
very big
difference?
on calling people who you are. You are a coworker. You're not my friend. I may sit and giggle and gabble because I am a social butterfly, but you're not my friend. You're not my friend." So I believe for the most part, the cores of my relationships, those I call like sisters, those I call my closest friends, because I have a group that I call my closest friends, and they probably know what color my drawers are, right? And then I have there's the people I go to church with and stuff, I call them sisters or brothers in Christ, and then there's my husband and my kids. So yeah, for the most part, they reflect my core values. And if they don't, unfortunately, I am not as strong as Shirley yet. So I haven't
what
really
do you
told
do?
people.
I know Shirley. I know Shirley. I know
Shirley's
what she
strong.
do. What
Shirley
do you
will
do?
tell you she don't talk to you no more.
What do you do?
Avoid you at all costs. I will see you in the mall and beeline. And you'll be thinking it's something with the kids. I'm gonna avoid you at all costs because I just don't like hurting people's feelings. I really don't.
I feel you.
But
see, I don't feel like
I gotta stop doing that.
And to me, it's worse when you avoid them because it's kind of like they don't know what happened or
why. I get her point. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. Yo,
I say the same
I don't
thing
know
to
why this
everybody.
girl ain't fucking with me no more, bro. She just out of nowhere just drop a nigga on you. Like, why she don't fuck with me no more? What happened? Every time I see her, bro. Every time I see her, she just skedaddles towards the exit or something, bro. Like, why she don't fuck with me?
I don't just automatically drop you, but little by little, them text messages get slimmer. And I like to talk. So they get slimmer, and it's not just because she's really busy. Mm-hmm. You need to really start looking like, did I do something to her? Because I don't know. Y'all know I don't pay attention to signs, but I know with August people, you get like those ones who are really forthcoming, who really tell you, yes, what you need, Shannon? Yes. Can you afford the baby's Vickies? Yes. Sorry. Sorry. But now she made me lose my train of thought.
Good Lord, what was I saying?
You're saying something about forthcoming. Mm-hmm. I guess Leos, some are really forthcoming.
Oh yeah. Some Leos are very forthcoming, and some Leos are the reason why we use the blue cap now. Okay.
Yeah,
they are cap city. Everything is a lie. They like to live in a magical bubble, and that's just who they are. Unfortunately, I have done both extremes where I like to live in a bubble just because I didn't like my real world. So it was better to cap than to live in the real world. But now I still haven't gone back to the real where I just told people I don't talk to them. Like the Cassandra from college, I would just tell you, I just don't like you.
I remember that, Cassandra. I remember that, Cassandra.
I just don't like you. Something about you don't sit right with me. And I didn't care if you were like my friends. Because I remember Shirley had one friend when we first moved in. Thank God this girl ain't in the picture no more. I just did not like her. I didn't like her. I don't want to say her name because she probably gonna watch her podcast, but I just didn't like her. And I think I didn't even blame it on liquor or nothing. I was just, I don't like her. Everything about her is annoying. Like breathing is annoying. Like she's annoying. Now I'm more like, oh my God, this person is so annoying. Hey girl. And I feel so bad.
So you're more tolerable of people.
I tolerate everybody. Because I just feel like sometimes people don't know they're annoying, or maybe they're working something out, some kind of issue.
You gotta let them know.
They're really not like that. It's just they probably need a little bit more grace. So I try to give you grace, but after a while, if I just don't engage when you in a conversation, it's something about you. It's something about you. So yeah.
I know you saw how Shirley tried to slip away. all she had to do was turn her camera off.
Slid down.
That's it.
But I think my relationships reflect my core values, because I don't think, especially at this point in my life right now, I don't think I would have people around that's not like on the vibe that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? That's not giving me the energy that I need. Like I'm all for like positive shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to therapy, and then I got over all the negative stuff that I was on. I got over all the negative stuff that I was on, my mentality and stuff like that, and just doubting myself and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff I got over. So I'm like all straight positive. And if people ain't on that, even if they in my life currently, been in my life in the past, like I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather distance myself from you than to like have us both try to figure out, okay, why is this not working, or such and such and such. You know what I'm saying?
So like, do you do what Shirley does and be like, yeah, this just not working for me?
Nah, I'm a little bit nicer, bro. Shirley. Yeah, I'm a little bit nicer. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, let me see how I do it. Because I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna be like, okay, Beam, nah, I don't really fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? But I would be like, well, no, maybe I would. Yeah, I would. Because I
think it depends on who the person is. I feel like if it's somebody who deserves it, we'll be like, yeah, you and I are no longer.
Yeah, I have.
But if it's somebody else, we might be like.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm technically like I'm not technically, but I'm a person, and you know, Cassandra, y'all know I don't really dislike people.
Yeah,
I like everybody. Y'all didn't tell the people y'all related.
Oh yeah.
Y'all didn't mention
it. But I don't dislike people. For the most part, I like everybody. But it's a couple people that I have like just been like, okay, I don't really fuck with you like that. And then that's just
I feel like in any relationship or in anybody you've come to know, they may not be able to enter your circle because y'all not on the same wavelength. Your energy doesn't match, and you peep that, hey, you're not gonna be in my circle. But there is a usefulness that they may bring to the table. So for me, I don't cut that bridge. I don't cut nobody off. Yeah. And I don't do the Cassandra thing and avoid them in the mall. Like some people think they in my circle, but they're not in my circle because I have a hard time, I guess, being honest and truthful, and maybe I just be leading people on. I have a hard time telling people like we ain't cool. So they may believe they in my circle, and I may allow them to feel like we good because there's a usefulness about them, and I may need them for, hey, you're good at fixing stuff, and our energy ain't like that. You may think we cool. I'm gonna say what's up to you. We may hang from time to time, but if I need something fixed, I'm gonna hit you up because you good about it. That's what you do.
So does that make you a user, Franz? That make you a user?
No. I was gonna ask him. Well,
go to the room.
Why don't you just tell the people that? Why don't you just tell them, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't really cool like that, you know what I'm saying? But there's stuff that I can't do that you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's shit that I can't do that you can, bro.
So I'm gonna call you when I need you, but right now
I need you to know that.
But this is what I'm saying. You don't necessarily have to pick up the phone. You feel what I mean? We ain't friends like that. So if you don't pick up for me, you don't have to. But this is what our relationship is. I don't know some stuff, and you know some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I could do that, but I felt like this has worked out for me in a way because there's been times where they reach out to me and there's an opportunity put in front of me because I kept that door open. I kept that so relationship there. So they may come to me and say, yo, I know you do the whole car thing. I got this hustle. I got this thing that we can do together. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't know. I feel like, people get brought into your lives for various reasons. And there's a reason that person got put into your life. And you may not know that reason off the face value. It may take 30 days. It may take 5 years. But eventually, I feel like whatever that was that person got put into your life for is gonna show itself. So I don't really like to make decisions off the cuff like that. I might keep you in my network. You might just be under the phone as mechanic, or you might be under the phone as like, I'm gonna categorize you in what bucket I put you in, and then you're gonna use
you ain't
me.
Telling them that.
No, I ain't telling them
that. Let me clarify, because I don't go around. No, for real, I don't go around like, oh, nah, I can't fuck with you. No, I can't fuck with you. No, I don't do that. So let me clarify. So, but there are people who come to my life and they expect me to call them every day or hang out every day, and mentally they don't match me. So for people like that, when they be like, "Oh, let's go out," I'm like, "Now I can't rock with you like that." Like, but like we can hang. But I'm honest. I let them know, like, no, you too extra for me. I can't rock with you like that. But if you need me for XYZ, I got you. Like, I'll do that.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So it's not
that.
like. But I let them know where they stand in my life, though. I do that. But the only time I really, really like cut people off and let them know I cut them off is if they've done something to me and I didn't like it, or they hurt my feelings and I came and I spoke to them about it, like honestly, genuinely expressing my feelings to them and letting them know, like, I really didn't like that you did XYZ. And if they disregard me or they keep doing it, then I cut you off, because at that point, you don't care. You don't give a fuck about me. So that's when I cut people off. Other than that, you're not going to be in my inner circle, and I'll let you know that you won't be in my inner circle. But if you need me for this reason or that reason, networking, this and that, I definitely do that.
Has anybody ever said that to you? Like, have you ever got that in return? Like, hey, Shirley, I can't fuck with you like that?
Yeah. I've gotten because I'm okay, honestly, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm gonna be me. And I got it. I understood.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was a person that I was probably gonna cut off anyways. But but yes, it has happened. Yeah.
I've got it, and I've did I cry? I think in college I cried. I was like, "Ooh, child, I gotta stop getting this stuff out because I can't take it." I can't take it.
Cried.
But now, if somebody's like, "Yeah," or I could tell, like, with women, you can kind of tell they don't really rock with you off the conversation. It's like one word answers and stuff. So I give you one chance to give them kind of conversation with me, and we good. I see you. You can invite me to your kids' party. Probably not gonna go, but invite me.
Wow.
Not even for the babies?
Not even for the baby. Y'all should know me doggone well. I hate kids' parties. I really do. I hate
children. Make sure you show up to Kaysen's party.
But Kaysen's my dog. I was trying to get Kaysen to come out on August 15th, but it would have been too late for him. Too late for him.
All right.
No, but I think it's good to let people know where they stand in your life, not just walking around telling people where they stand. Obviously, if they ask, I'm not saying just go up, I don't fuck with you, but we could do this. Not like that. But I do think it's important for people to know where they stand in your life, because to me that eliminates a lot of assumptions, confusion, a lot. So
yeah. And it's a part of adulthood. You should be able to
honest. Be honest. I think my
biggest that's the first step of adulthood is just being honest. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can walk and then be unapologetic, you know what I'm saying, about what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say what you say and then let it be what it be. And then if the person takes it this way, if the person takes it that way, you feel me? Like you cool with it either way. I feel like that's the first step in being like a grown up or adult. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I am who I am, and like at this point, you feel me? This I'm moving, and then this is how I see you or how I see it.
Yeah.
And you can take it this way or take it that way, but either way, you feel me, dog? I'm still moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an adult. I'm gonna live my life regardless. Like you not being in my life is not gonna kill me, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we all have choices, right? We choose who we want to be around, choose who we want to spend our energy and our time and all that around. I think my biggest issue is, which I'm working on, thank God for therapy, is just my delivery of my truthfulness. Because I like that I'm a truthful person and my honesty, like I like that about myself, but I know I need to work on my delivery because in my head I'm just being straightforward and honest, but you can't control people's reactions or how
Yeah.
you make them feel. And my intentions are never to make someone feel bad or you know what I mean? Like, so in my head, I feel like me telling you the truth is better than lying to you, but I also have to deliver it in a manner where you don't feel like I'm being rude or disrespectful. And I think that's something that
You have to ask Kristen.
I'm working on because my whole entire family has no filter. Like to be honest, I'm the nicest one in my family. And that tells you something. So
Not
like,
to me. They all nice to me. You the meanest one to me, bro.
well, they love you.
Everybody nice to me.
They love you. But Cassandra knows you know like Tasha and all them. Like I'm the like so my mom, like so, and I think that ties back to like because I noticed that Cliff and France was saying how family is like a core value and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, me and Cassandra did not say family.
At all.
I think that ties back to our upbringing. Like me and Cassandra have very similar upbringings, especially with the no filter, the
They would say first thing that come to your mind.
exactly. So that's all I know. So now I'm learning that there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to place that filter and deliver it in a way where you're not hurting people's feelings, especially if that's not your intentions.
I like that you brought that up. About you and Cassandra and then me in front because you bringing that up kind of made me think real quick. You feel me? You know my mind run real quick. Y'all are exactly the same, or family wise, and then family wise, me and Francis is exactly the same. To where we felt like we had to pretty much live for our moms and you know what I'm saying, our dads, our parents. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all didn't have to necessarily. Y'all don't feel like y'all had to live for them. Y'all felt like y'all, you feel me, just came off the cuff, filters, unfiltered type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all felt like, okay, we could just not do what we want to do, but
I think you guys live for them where Cassandra and I were trying to escape them.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
We were more trying to, you know what I'm saying? We were more trying to
please them.
Make them happy, exactly. And then y'all was like, okay, let me just get the fuck away the quickest I can. You know what I'm saying?
So I can be happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think with me and Shirley, most definitely it was and it's funny, it's really me and Shirley out of all our group of friends. Maybe some of them have bits and pieces of these similarities. Like I know Linda doesn't. I don't think Mona does. I don't think Lauren does or Elza. I'm not sure about Elza, but them three, I don't think so. But for me and Shirley, we grew up, it was fight or flight. Every day is fight or flight in your house. Every day is fight or flight. We were thinking about, and I think Shirley shared the same thing with me. Growing up in our homes, we started thinking about college in like elementary school because that was your exit out. That was your way out of here.
Let me ask y'all a question. Both of y'all. Let me ask both of y'all a question. Okay, because I know how me and France was, because we had literally like our family was like Pompano, Lauderhill. Like it was, we were all close. So I had cousins everywhere. Now let me ask y'all: is the reason why y'all was trying to fight or flight because y'all strictly? Because I know your situation, Shirley, to where you was in Port St. Lucie, and then I don't know what family you had around there, but is it because maybe you didn't have as much family and you just wanted to escape like that? Because like I felt like family is a big thing to me because I had so much family around me.
But look at
growing
what
up.
you just said. Your family was all around each other. They
That's what I'm
stayed
saying.
around each other, right? There's a reason why they stayed around each other.
They
Until
have to
this
like
day,
each
they're
other at
still
some
around each other.
Yeah.
Our families are all scattered across. And what did we do? We escaped and
But
scattered as well.
that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, okay, Beam, maybe me and France are so into family because family was all around us growing up. And then maybe y'all not so much into family because family wasn't all around y'all like that. I don't
think
know Cassandra's situation, but I know your situation. It was you, your mom, and the kids. Like, I don't know what uncles or whatever, you feel me? I know you had an uncle in Pompano, but that's like far from Port St. Lucie, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what
Yeah.
was close to you. So, but I
But
know my family was within 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes from each other. You know what I'm saying? We can go see anybody anytime.
I think my family's just naturally not a family oriented family, because if they were, they would be like your family. They all would be around each other, because it's not that they're not here in America. You know what I mean? But they're
They
all
choose
kind of
not
like,
to be around each other.
they choose not to be around each other because of whatever reasons. And I mean, I kind of, now that I'm older, I kind of understand and see why now, because I took the same path. Um, so I think for you guys, which is why court family is so important, because that's what was instilled in you guys as well. And your
I don't know
family,
if it's necessarily instilled, but it was what we saw.
what you saw, yeah. So your family pretty much had a good relationship with each other. Whereas my family, we, of course, we love each other. We when we get together in groups or like holidays or whatever, of course we all support each other and things like that, but we're not that close. There's boundaries set between my family. We have boundaries set. Whereas when I look at like Cliff's family and stuff, it's just more family oriented. Like everybody's, it's just more.
What
And
about
it's just own it. It works for you guys. I wouldn't want it no other way, to be honest. I like the way my family is and the way it operates for me.
No, what I'm trying to point out is I feel like there's negatives and positive on both. You on both
Yeah,
ends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like there's positives on your end and then negatives on your end, and there's positive on our end and then negatives on our end too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's both.
Yeah.
What's the
Definitely.
negatives of being family oriented?
I feel like
Well,
because you have to please the family. I feel
I
like
was
that
just
was
about
one
to
of the
say that.
negatives. You know what I'm
Remember
saying?
your
You
first
feel like you have to
first point
please
you
everybody in
made.
the family, bro.
Okay.
That's the first negative that I got, and I feel like that was me, that's Keith, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all was trying to not let them down. You know what I'm saying?
And I think because like my mom always tells me too, she's like, don't do that for me. Don't please me. Live your life. I lived my life. You live your life now. But that's just how my family is. We're not like, ugh. It's like, go do your thing. Go out in the world and do your thing. You need help, you need support, I'm here. But I mean, again, it works for me, but maybe that's because that's all I know.
Yeah.
So like I like it. It works for me.
I think that breed, the vital, it worked for them. But
Yeah.
what you're coming into now with the gene, you're not raising Kason and CJ like that. You're raising Kason and CJ not the same way France and Cliff was raised, because like we said, there's good and bad. And you never want them to have to sit down. Well, who come first? It's not a dig at you, France. It's just something we talk about. Like, who come first or second, or do I need to always answer my mom's call? So those are things they'll be able to avoid, but they'll still be very family orientated because that's how they're raised. You guys do a lot of things with your sons. Like, that's even with what I'm doing with my bloodline. Like, my bloodline, I'm dealing with a lot of foolishness on both maiden and mother and all that stuff. But it's a lot of unforgiveness, and a lot of those things play into why this person don't want to talk to this person. And then I was hoping that by the time, me and my siblings got to where we are now, the age we got to where we were, I was hoping that we could raise our kids together. That was one of my biggest desires. Like, their kids, because I have two brothers. I have three, but one is only from my father's side. I wanted their kids to be like my kids and my kids to be like theirs. And at one point it was. And then, it's a lot of, well, you ain't do this or you ain't do that. And it's a lot of, well, I don't forgive you. And so now we're back at like square one. We're dealing with the same generational curses that my mom and her siblings dealt with, because there's but so much one person can fight to carry a bloodline. You're gonna need everybody to participate in the fight for things to change. So with
question.
my kids, I'm just trying to raise them, because there are a lot of things that you and Francis' family do, Cliff, that I think is so cool, like how you guys go on family trips together. Even though it's one generation doing it, it's really cool. So I'm trying to enforce those things in my kids. I pray that my kids always have a relationship with one another. I pray that they look out for one another, call each other, go on trips together, hang out. I pray they live in the same city just because my sibling, live in that city, because to be around family is I think it's a cool thing. You guys always have, even though y'all don't ask, it don't seem like y'all ask each other to babysit y'all kids, but still, you guys get Casey out of there.
Get that boy out of here. God damn it.
He's tired.
Even though you guys don't look like you ask each other to babysit, you guys have really good bonds. So I hope to do that with my kids. All we can do is after us a better generation than what we were.
So, Cassandra, so do you think, because I'm a thinker type person, so do you think it's because your mom wasn't, wasn't connected like that to make you and your siblings not connected like that, so y'all find anything to kind of push each other away? You know what I'm saying? Because
honestly, if I could be real, I don't know if you guys believe in it. It's just a generational curse, unfortunately. You can go down my mom's bloodline and you can see, like, first of all the firstborns for like the last 6 generations have been girls. You already know what a family is like when the girls are the head of the family. Sometimes it's a lot of unnecessary messiness. Drama, it's a lot of strong, independent women who they don't respect marriage. They don't see marriage the way that, the world sees marriage. That's not a big deal to them. So with my mom's side, it's a lot of, I don't forgive this person. I will never forgive this person. They're not allowed to be in my space issue. And then here we are down with my siblings, where you got one person who just stand in the middle of that, one person who's like, well, forgive me, I made an error. And then the other person's like, screw all y'all. The one person I think need therapy more than the other two, So I think it's real. Unfortunately, with our bloodline, it's more of a choice. With my mom, it was a choice. Her and her 4 siblings, they speak, but
when it's like that though, like, let's say if it's like that within the family and a family member, let's say, get locked up, typically you get locked up and those friends that was coming around, that they was benefiting from you, ain't coming around no more, and it's really just your family that really know.
I think I was having this conversation.
So then you got then who's visiting you? If you got a family member that gets sick and they can't afford to pay their rent, and in my situation, they would come and live with us. Or you got a family member that can't get a job, and okay, you got a good job and you help them get a job. Like, I feel like the way you describe your family, it would seem to me like it would be hard to have a generation, like you guys start building.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing it.
Like, damn, like people get yourself, baby. Like, I just feel like
it can't be a bunch of people fending for themselves, bro.
I'm being facetious. No,
that's tough.
Yeah,
it is tough. But then with y'all fronts, do y'all believe? Let me get my charger. One moment.
No, so France, you were saying that. France, you were saying like, if someone needed a job or something, and if someone got locked up, like, who would come?
Yeah, someone gets sick. Like, I've seen all these examples I've seen where family has had to come through and family has had to help. So I'm thinking, like, if family wasn't there,
what would always say 4 or 5
cousins that got locked up, who would they lean on? Or my uncles or aunts that got sick, whose house would they have stayed at? And I'm trying to think, like, how would it have worked? Like, if we didn't have family.
So my family comes through on stuff like that.
Mine too.
Okay,
they come through on stuff like that. Like, if I got that's big issues. That's what I'm saying. If I need them, they're here. But I
might have to ask a few times.
But what I'm saying is, we don't. leisurely or casually speak and go hang out and do this and do that. But when we're needed,
y'all associates
Gotcha.
until it comes time, like Franz said, to make that call to be like, okay, being
so and
such and
so,
such.
if
Y'all
so
associates until that point. You know what I'm saying?
so and so got locked up, we need X amount. Oh, we got it. Like,
And
we're
then
there.
y'all got
my
it.
We're there.
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
When
get
I'm
it.
gonna get my money back though, because that's the cousin that like, get my money back.
No, we show up
But-
for stuff like that. Like, family is still important in that aspect. But as far as like seeing each other regularly or talking every day or every week, like, no, we don't do that.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you think, Cliff and Franz, do you guys think you guys are like that because of the dynamics of y'all family? Like how y'all parents, don't y'all moms speak every day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Every
for me, I
single day.
think it's like that because
He's the
from a
only
young age, like my mom had to sleep on the floors or the couches of relatives because she came here and she didn't have nothing. So we lived with family members, and then we've had family members live with us. So I think for me, it's been ingrained that it's us versus everybody. Like, ain't nobody gonna look out for us. Ain't nobody gonna take care of us. Like, I've literally seen my grandpa live with us. I've seen my grandma live with us. I've seen my uncles live with us. I've seen my aunties live with us. And then until they can get they stuff together, they'll move out. Somebody else will come in. So I say I'm the only child. I've been
Your
on my
house
own.
was never empty?
Never. It's like I lived at Cliff House before. We just like
when he first came down, he stayed with us, and then they got their own spot. You know what I'm saying? And then my grandma was at our house. My grandma died.
Grandpa was at my house.
Exact. Grandpa was at his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always somebody in the house that it was family. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and then I lived, you saw, in ViewMax, I lived in apartment 210.
Sade and
lived in 207. Cliff lived like 3 blocks
down,
away. Like, we
Sunset
all
Strip,
within
you know what I'm
walking distance growing up. Like, I don't know.
Do y'all open y'all houses to family like y'all parents did?
I do if they come to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know
like
who
Sir
you
Junior's been here
to.
a couple times. Sir Junior's been here a couple times.
Who you married to, Cliff? They gotta be really desperate.
No, I don't
What
think
that
so.
mean?
What
that
No,
mean?
not against you, Shirley. You're just not gonna have a whole bunch of people in your house.
No, I'm not.
That's what I mean. You're not gonna have a whole bunch of people. I do believe you will help people. I've seen you help people. You don't mind helping.
Yeah, of course. Like, my mom stayed with us for a little bit.
She stayed with us for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And when she brought it up to me, I had no, you know what I'm saying? There was like no
issues.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's normal to me. Being they down on something, bro. Like, throw them here, bro. Like, it's no problem.
But it's abnormal for me and Shirley, because it's like we gotta see what extent we're willing to.
How long are you?
To be honest, you saying that I think she was the one that had the she was the one that had the issue. You know what I'm saying? Me, I was cool with it, all for it, but she was the one that was like, "Oh, Beam, I don't know how long I want her to stay here and stuff." Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that was what she said specifically.
But that's because of our situation, like
our relationship.
Size of the home and stuff like that. But if I had the space, I wouldn't do that. But you need a plan. Like, this ain't forever. But I would definitely open my doors, but you need a plan. As long as I know you have a plan, sure. Because I know, like, at one point my nephew wanted to come live with us or whatever, which was fine, because if you have a plan, I don't mind being there and being the support to help you, like that stepping stone to help you get there. I don't mind that. Or if you're down and out and you're sick or you're this, no, I don't mind that, but it can't be forever.
I mean, at one point, I know we're going to have to take care of our parents. I do realize that. But with my dynamics with my mom, I'm hoping at that point, like, I'm balling, because she's going to have to get her own house. It can be on my property, but we cannot physically have to come in the same house. It's not going to work.
You think y'all still going to have that kind of static?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me too.
I think to the day my mom go to glory, it's going to be like that, because she refuses to change. I love her. And she loves me. I know that. But
I mean, I don't expect them to change. You know what I'm saying? They older. You know what I'm saying?
But you as a parent can't come into your child's house and think you're the ruler of that castle. It don't work like that.
Why not?
And my mom is gonna think she's the ruler of the castle. So
what I'm saying, I'm not
you're
saying
the castle.
from our perspective. I'm saying from their perspective. Why not? I birthed you. They're like, you feel me? I any domain I step into, I rule. You know what I'm saying? That's how they looking at it.
Fonz, your
that's
mom
my
lived with
only
you since
problem.
you've been married?
Nah, she hasn't, but she has suggested it. She was like, "Yo, like, I could just rent or sell this spot here, and I can come live with y'all." Like, but I haven't entertained it. But I do think to Cliff point, man, like, I'm changing this kid diaper. I'm doing all this stuff with him. Like, if I would have pulled up at his house, like,
nah, nigga, I changed your diaper, nigga. You know how many times you shit on my finger, nigga? Like, man, get the fuck out of my face,
I think
nigga.
it's because
I
y'all
put my feet up on your couch, nigga.
Y'all dads. That's why.
No, it's all upbringing. Like again, it goes back to like that's how your family is. Like you guys take care of each other, like you said. Where me and Cassandra is just not like that. So we don't see it like that because we don't know it to be like that. So people just view things just the way that they were raised. Like Cliff made a point the other day, like the way we dress now is how our parents dressed us when we were younger. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? I don't dress nothing like how my mama used to dress me or whatever. And he was like, no, not the exact clothes, but like think about the style and the way that you dress. It's how our parents dressed us or whatever. Yeah. So everything ties back to your upbringing.
Yeah. You just want you want to make sure it's the healthy balance of what you were raised, not the toxic part. We need to let go of the toxic part of how we were raised and stick with the good parts, because I do believe me and Shirley has some good parts of our upbringing. It is really strong, very opinionated, and in this kind of world, you do need to be opinionated and you do need to stand by your opinions and not waver. And growing up in our house, you couldn't waver. Like, if you was going to disrespect your mom, you was going to disrespect her and know that I'm not budging. I might die tonight, but I'm not budging. Definitely. What I said.
I knew you were strong, Cassandra, and as soon as I caught the first day, I jumped on the bus. I was like, yeah, she different. She's gonna speak her mind, boy. She was telling me her opinion all day.
Yeah, I used to hate Cassandra, boy.
You hated me?
Cassandra, you know I hated you, bro. I used to be like, bro,
I know you did.
Dog.
I know.
I used to be like, bro, get away from me, dog.
I know you did. I don't think Franz hated me. I think Franz more was irritated by me. I don't think he hated me though.
Well, hated is a strong word. You're right, bro. I was irritated, bro.
I loved you from day one. I was like, that's my sister. We here.
See, me and Shirley are researchers at heart, boy. One day we'll talk about the stuff we used to do in college. I knew who broke up with who when they broke up. Me and Shirley just say a name. We got a timeline.
And on that note, we gonna end this episode because I feel like it's getting a little bit too long, and people got to go wash their ass, and people got to go brush their kids' teeth and put the kids to sleep. Yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna pause it right here. I think this was a good first run, good practice test run.
Yeah,
maybe we can get some more people next time, you know what I'm saying, and talk a little bit deeper on some things. But for the final thing, y'all can shout out your little social medias or y'all little things that y'all trying to promote or whatever y'all want to do. Go ahead, starting with you. Show no emotions.
My social media is not really popping, but if you feel free to follow at Show No Emotions, all you're gonna see is my kids.
Now you share some light. You share some
therapeutic quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. That's really it for me.
All right. Oh, it's Cassandra. Go ahead.
Honestly, you could, like Shirley said, you could follow me. You're gonna get a bunch of pictures of my kids.
Don't you got a blog or something?
In the morning, Cassandra, your blog.
Don't you got a blog or something?
I haven't worked on my blog in so long, but if y'all I need to get some contracts for Like a River Logistics. So holla at me. Oh, it's Cassandra, or you can go to my business page, Like a River Logistics. I think it's Like a River Logistics LLC. I'm gonna get a correct name, though.
Okay.
Yeah, get my correct name because I don't remember it.
At Franz V.
Yeah, mine is not popping either, but we're gonna work on that. But you can see it below. It's France V954. Right now, it'll be a whole bunch of family pictures and maybe some pictures of my
Cars.
truck. Yeah, pictures of my truck. That's my baby right now. But we'll get the small business up and running soon, and I'll have more to share in future episodes.
Oh, you working on a business?
Yeah, I'm got to get out my comfort zone, man.
Hey,
All right.
you
Well,
gotta live outside
I don't
that
need
bitch,
you to
dog.
break your connect with your business yet until I get my car from your company.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm Cladaris Lovall. My shit is not popping that as well. Just kid shit. Also, I'm gonna start a Instagram page for Convos at Brunch, so that will be up soon. We're gonna have the YouTube page. I'm gonna put it on Instagram. I'm gonna try to put it on Twitter. I'm gonna try to put it everywhere and see what we can make this thing shape. So I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. We got 4 tonight. Well, 4 tonight. Next Sunday, I want to see about 6, 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? We're
I
gonna
will
up it
say
every
Zeke
time.
tried to log in. I think
Yeah,
I
he tried to log in. I
Yeah.
seen it, bro. So next time I'm gonna figure out what was the error, and then we can see if we can hop him on next time. But this was good conversation, bro. Next time I have a couple of topics I already have planned out, so we'll have some deep conversations and see what solutions we can come up with. But, all right.
Cliff, can you stop recording real quick?
Yeah, I was just about